This is Cowboy Bart again with Oompa Loompa and American Magazine. Wind's kind of blowing, so hopefully you'll be able to hear. We're at the Kingsbury Gold. I call it this because of you've got several King's Fifth symbols carved into the rocks. Okay, here at the Kingsbury Gold, I talked about the Dutch before. You can see what it kind of appears to be a Dutch, but out here there's a lot of this stuff. You know, it's the perfect place to hide something because you see a lot of this stuff. And in fact, as you can tell, somebody's been out here digging. They in turn they thought something was here, but there ain't nothing here. And the reason they were doing this is right up above here. You can see a cross, and I'm gonna show another cross that looks just like this, a little bit closer for y'all. But that's the reason they were digging here. Okay, here you can see Robert France. He's got a hand there. Now this is one of the first ones I've seen with Robert. The ones I've seen before were Dan France. And what this means is the word France here, because obviously they've used Robert and Dan. The key word would be France in the hand. What that means is by the power and the authority given to, you are able to mint coin. Okay, here we have Dan France. It's dated 1715, and it's been messed with a little bit since the last time I was here, but it's 1715 Dan France. Again, the power to mint coin is what that pertains to. Okay, here you can see the letters Stevo, 1492. That's figure of a man, a deer. Stevo is the ship's spar. It's actually like the measurement from the spar of the ship on the horizon. And this here is actually numbers that we've used over and over, trying to figure out. I've been working on this place for about 8 years, trying to figure out where they hit it. Okay, here's that cross that we was talking about earlier. This is the other one. This is a very unusual cross. You don't see it around very often. In fact, this is the only place I've ever seen it. And the only other place I've seen one of these has been in South America, and I happen to see it on one of them Discovery channels. Anyway, this also, it does two things, this cross. It's a cross, but it's also it actually stands about from here to the ground. That's the height of it. And this piece here will pivot around and around, so it's used like a sextant for measuring. And that's where we take those numbers. But I suck at sextants, so that didn't work out too well. Look for me on ancientghost.com. I wrote 4 books. Also, I hope I excited a few of you to get out and look around. And obviously I'm standing here getting this last little check here, showing some things behind me, just to see if anybody notices.